It's Brother Manuel here. I'm not actually giving you guys a gospel tutorial. I'm actually helping out a friend with some chemistry homework, and I hope this video will help somebody else along the way. So you can go ahead and just X out of this video. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to find theoretical yield. So let's start up here. You're probably going to get a question that looks like this. It says how many grams of NH3 can be produced from the reaction of 7 grams of N2 and 5 grams of H2. It's also, or it may just ask you what is the theoretical yield of an equation that looks like this. So your equation should look something like this. I just added in the moles right there, like 2 moles, 3 moles there, so that way you can get a better feel. So there's 2 steps to finding the limiting. There's 2 steps to finding the theoretical yield. Step number 1 is the limiting reagent. You got to find that, and you also got to find how much you can produce. So theoretical yield. So first, to find the limiting reagent, we have to find out how much of N2 and how much of H2 are in moles. So you get 5 grams of H2, so 5 grams of H2 and then you want to put your molar ratio, so for every 1 mole, you get 1.01 grams of hydrogen. Alright, and then, actually, that's H2, so that'd be 2.02, because that's H2, so that's, so hydrogen alone is 1.01, but since there's a 2 there, you multiply it by 2. So that number is probably going to be super small. Let's say that's about approximately 2.5, right? 2.5 moles. Now you have nitrogen, and they say you have 7 grams of nitrogen. So let's turn that into a 7. Sorry, this is super messy. This is not a professional tutorial. So you have 7 grams of nitrogen, or dinitrogen. So that would be for every 1 mole, you get 28 grams of nitrogen or dinitrogen. Reason being is because nitrogen alone is 14, but when you have dinitrogen, you multiply it by 2. So that number is probably going to be something like, I don't know, let's say, just going to give a really quick guesstimation here. Let's say that's actually a smaller number, because 7 divided by 28 is going to be a pretty small number. So let's say that's it's going to be a fraction. So let's just say that's 1 over 3 moles, or that'd be actually just be 0.3 moles for ha-has, right? So the smallest thing you have here, the smallest number here, is 3 moles of nitrogen. So you found your limiting reagent, which is nitrogen. So now that we have our limiting reagent, now we can find out how much we can theoretically yield. We can only yield as much. Product as our least amount of reactant. So basically, we can only have as much as our least of something. If you're making Kool-Aid and you only have a little bit of water and a lot of bit of Kool-Aid sugar, you can only make as much as the least amount of water you have. Or if you have a lot of bit of water but a little bit of Kool-Aid sugar, you can only make as much Kool-Aid as the little sugar you have. So that's basically theoretical yield. Alright, so gonna hurry up along here. So now you found your that. Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is you're going to set up a molar ratio. So if you have, so let's do it this way. So you have 7 grams of nitrogen. Let's hurry this up before my phone dies. For every 1 mole of nitrogen, you actually get 28 grams. Okay, and then you want to convert this into NH3. So you have 1 mole of NH3. There's an invisible 1 there. For every 1 mole of NH3, you get 2 moles of NH3. So there you go. You're going to put a 2 there. Alright, and then we're going to put over here, for every 1 mole of NH3, you should get, let's say that's, well, nitrogen is 14, hydrogen is 3, so you should get, so for 1 mole of NH3, you should get 17 grams. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put over here, actually, nope, we're done. So what you would do is you would enter this into the calculator, and it will tell you how